Hi. Oh my god, it's been so long. Um, hmm. It's been a long time. I haven't played Runescape. I haven't played the game in months. I've logged in to talk to people, but I have not played the game, actually playing the game for I would say months. And I have not recorded for months. I did some vlogs and that sort of thing, but not on the game. So I don't even remember how to do this. I just had the urge to do some elite clues. I've had the urge before. This isn't even the right way. I can't talk and do clues at the same time. But I'm almost done with this stack, and I'm gonna open 25. I'll have it on video. I haven't edited like 3 episodes, so I don't know if this is gonna be. I kind of want to like just put this one up, but I kind of don't as well because I want to get those out because it would mess the series up. But maybe I'll just make this as an update video. But yeah, I had the urge to play a little bit of RuneScape. I had the urge before, but I logged in and then I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do this. But today I was actually like, no, I actually do want to do this. I think it's in Alcarid. But yeah, I logged in, did some merches. I was feeling it, and then I was like, yeah, I want to do some clues. So here I am. I still definitely enjoy clues. I like the part that it's just I have to focus and keeps my brain busy. I've been learning a lot actually in the last couple of months. Apart from working, I anytime I have a day off, I will just soak up learning, just whatever I can. Let's see. Where the heck this one would be? Probably over here. Let me go to pollen. I can't say that word. Still can't. But yeah, I just soak myself up in learning every single chance that I get because it's beneficial to my mental health and probably mental health in general. I've been learning a lot about the chemicals in the brain and that sort of stuff, and how the brain actually kind of functions. And I've just been kind of surrounding myself with those positive type processes so that I can have a more fulfilling life, I guess, but a better outlook so that I'm able to help people as well. And oh my god, I don't know where the hell this is. This is a weird one. Hopefully this is the last step. It's right over here. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed doing clues. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have this puzzle. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, so I got 27 of these things. I'm gonna go open these, but I do want to continue. Now you know what? I'll keep it on this video. This will be an update video for you guys because I don't know. I know you guys like getting updates from me. You like to see how my life is going and what's going on and all the new stuff that's going on with me. So let me quickly. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, doke. So I'm gonna change my layout to not that one. What is it? 4? Nope. I think it actually is 3. Close this out. So I have the Orlando hat, at least I remember this, Orlando's hat and the Luck of the Dwarf. So I'm just going to quickly go over these, and then I will try to start rambling again. And I know you guys like that, but so here we go. Got a master clue, so I'm not going to re-roll that one. Not going to talk too much on this. I guess I have some re-rolls that I didn't realize I had. It's a wolf staff. I'll take that. Of course, I don't know how much fortunate components have dropped. It seems like they've. Oh my god, lockbox skipping tickets went down so much. Again, this has been a while. Robin Hood tights. Oh my god, those went to I guess they went to fortunate value. That's fine. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Nothing here. Reroll that. I don't know, I just kind of had the urge to play and, you know, just hang out, kind of. I've been realizing more and more as I get older that it's good to not limit yourself to things. Two fortunates there. To not limit yourself. Reward casket hard. So if I remember correctly, I can drop a room plate body and then open this hard clue really quickly. And I'm not going to reroll that. But I do got to put it in my bank so I can pick this up. Perfect. 16 caskets left. I'm going to reroll that. Is that a fortunate? I think it is. I think it's a fortunate. Looks like fortunes are like 300k, maybe 250. Makes sense, I guess, as a master. I'm not going to reroll that one. Fortunate there. Fortunate. Oh, it's so fortunate that I'm getting these. Nothing there. Okay, yeah, there's one there. 9 left, guys. Bando's page. I wonder if that's the only one that I needed. I'm not sure. I'm just going to reroll this one. Yeah, I got a master from it, so that's pretty good. I have a ton of masters, like, I think 30 now. Fury Ornament Kit. But, yeah, I'm kind of focusing Ancient Page 2. Ancient Skirt. Oh, that's kind of garbage. And then this is the last one, guys. A master there. So I did get 5 masters. Gonna put this all in my, okay, so I have 29 masters. I'll do maybe some of those. I'm pretty close to 500 elites, so I might, yeah, how many am I at? I'm at 477, so I might just do another 23, and that'll be in another video. I do want to get back into video making. I just don't want it to be stressful or something that eats too much of my time. So, you know, no, I'm gonna make a couple of videos, a couple of just rambling videos talking about just whatever I want to talk about. I guess it's ramblings, but let me think. So I was talking about how I've been just saturating myself in learning. One thing that I've been learning, or basically like a couple years ago, I don't know if you guys have been here for that long, but some of you may have been here. I used to talk in a way about water purification and bringing clean water to many, many countries in the world, and that's kind of like my life goal, or that was my life goal. It's much more daunting, and it's much more of a big task than I thought it would be, but not because it's a hard thing to do, but it's just very complicated to work with, I guess, people and money and finding the funds for that sort of thing. What I don't want to do is hire or collaborate with a big corporation or a government agency to fund any of the projects that I'm working on. I want it to be self-produced or like self-funded. So what I've been doing is, obviously I've been working because I got to support my family and myself and that sort of stuff. But on the side, I have been learning about cryptocurrencies, and that's just one avenue that is potential for self-funding. But there's also other things that I've been looking into, and so I've just been learning, and I even went through a phase maybe about a couple months ago where I wanted to just create a new channel specifically devoted to taking 1 hour every single day, unedited video footage of me just looking up stuff online, just typing in a couple of words, to try to see what topic I want to look at, and then kind of just sifting through the internet, because the internet has a wealth of knowledge. Basically, anybody who wants to say anything can pretty much say it if they want to on the internet. So there's a lot of research and a lot of studies and a lot of information that we couldn't have access to before the internet, or it was very limited. It was hard for us to get it. You would have to go to a library. You would have to know someone who had knowledge in the subject that you wanted to learn about. But now it's much more easy, or it's easier to find that information. So I've just been trying my best to do that, because knowledge is definitely power. It helps with decision making. If you're knowledgeable about something, then you can have the ability to make better decisions as you go through life, and it's a higher chance, in my opinion, it's a higher chance to be wise about your decisions as well if you have the knowledge. They're not the same thing, but I believe that they go hand in hand, and I'm just trying to have a better outlook on life, despite not necessarily my circumstances, but the world's circumstances, where you have basically everything that's going on. If you guys watch the news or listen to podcasts, or however one can get information about world events, then you will know what I'm talking about when I say that the world is in a place where we could be doing better. When I was younger, I used to hate history. I used to hate reading about history. I never wanted to look at it, which is very weird now that I'm a bit older, where I actually do like learning about history, because it, there's a saying that is like, what is it? It's history repeats itself, which is pretty darn accurate. It doesn't always happen in the exact same way, but it does definitely repeat itself in like different aspects. You have wars that have been going on for thousands of years. That's something that only recently we have been significantly at world peace. It's not, obviously not 100% there, but it is definitely closer to 100% than it was just even like a couple hundred years ago, where you had nations conquering other nations. They were looking for land and that sort of stuff. Basically, the human race has explored most of the earth, except for, I guess, the oceans. But like, as far as land goes, we're not finding too many new pieces of land. So I guess it's hard, because everything's established now. For the most part, you have countries that are relatively established. You have the Americas, you have Europe, Russia, China, all these big countries, India, and it's increasingly more difficult to. I mean, it's still relatively easy to start a war, but because everything is, or the governments and that sort of stuff with the UN and all that good stuff, that's keeping peace, relatively keeping peace. I know there are wars that are going on in other countries, but for the most part, what I'm saying is, for most of our history as humans, this is a weird subject actually, but most of our history we have done the same thing. We've always tried to get land, or something that we didn't have, even America. But I don't even know where I was going with that. I've just been trying to learn and learn, because when you know things, when you start to know things, you have more of an open mind. You go, oh wait, hold on, I used to believe this, but this is what was recorded in history. So my view is a little more open because I always thought it was this way. I always thought history was this way, and then you learn that it may not have been the exact same way that you thought it was. So it creates like an open atmosphere. But basically, let me tell you what my quote-unquote 5-year plan would be, I guess. Not really a 5-year plan, but the future, the near-ish future. I was not satisfied with the position I had at my current job because I had been there. Even after 6 months, I was starting to get unsatisfied because of the type of work it is. I went to a university for a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, and the only job I could get was an inspection job in the same area of expertise. And of course, I would kind of log out, but that's fine. There's nothing really going on anyways. But so it was very difficult for me through the how do I want to say this? Because I've said it in my videos before that, and I don't want to repeat myself, but there are new people in here that I guess I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're new or if you're relatively new. I know I haven't made videos in a while. If you subscribed within the last year, let me know in the comments. But, 2015 was rough for me. 2015, 2016, and those 2 years were rough for me. I graduated in 2015, did not find a job. Well, I'll just sum it up. I did not find a job until 6 months after I graduated. That was due to not doing internships and not really having a resume and that sort of stuff. But I worked at that company, worked at that firm for 2 months doing design work, and then I was fired for unjust reasons, and it actually made my job searching much more difficult. It took me 18 months to find another job, so I went all the way to May of 2017 before I found another job. So in the meantime, I did a bunch of YouTube, which is why this channel even exists at the level of subscribers, I guess, or content, is because I was pretty much forced to, based off of my anxieties and not being able to find work for about 18 months, which also doesn't look good on your resume. So I took a position as an inspector, which I would qualify as a lower job than what I went to school for, but sometimes that does happen, and actually in a lot of cases people don't even go into the field that they got a degree in, so I am at least thankful for that. But after about 6 months, the level of growth that I had at the company just felt capped, and my personality is to make everything efficient and basically fix issues that come up and fix issues that will come up in the future before they come up. That's a weird mindset, but so at the end of the first year of the project, we finished the inspections and stuff, and I had asked my boss twice at least if he could give me a promotion to like a manager type position, but he denied me. And I came back in, I want to say at the beginning of June, end of May again in 2018 of this year, after I basically, as I was slowing down on the YouTube production, is because I started back at work, and we started the project again. But when I walked into the office, I saw that he had hired a new manager, which really, really pissed me off, because that was the position that I wanted. But in hindsight, it's been another year on the project. We're almost done. It's not as bad as I made it out to be. It's actually better that I was not the manager, because there's a lot of administrative work that goes into that, and that's not really my type. I think my boss knew that, and I'm starting to realize as time goes on, that the company that I work for is not so bad. It's a pretty good company, actually. They treat us pretty well, and it's definitely a very good place for me to be at, as just to grow. So, but the thing is, at the beginning of the project, I was basically furious, so I just started applying to other jobs around the country, and I was just not having it. I didn't want to work there anymore. So, you know, time goes on. I get job interviews in Ohio and in Kansas. People are reaching out to me, and I'm actually surprised because it was so difficult for me to find a job just 18 months prior to that. But they weren't job offers, they were just job interviews, and they pretty much all fell through the cracks until I was speaking to one of my friends that I met on YouTube, and he mentioned that I should go for an internship in New York City. And I was like, well, I don't want to go for an internship because that's another step down. I feel like that's a step down from where I'm at. I'm doing manager work, even though I'm not getting treated as manager or paid like a manager. I have the ability to do management work, so it feels like I would be taking a further step back. But you know what? I considered it, and I applied to the Department of Environmental Protection in New York City, which they take care of the water, the drinking water, for 8 million gallons, or I actually think it's 8 million people, which is insane. That's insane. This is just one city and about 1 million people in New York State. So these guys have a lot of responsibility. So I reached out to them because they were online. They were offering an interview for, I don't know. They had one for a sewer inspector, and then they had one for drinking water, not inspector, but like quality control or something like that. I applied to both of them just because I wanted to get out where I am, and they contacted me. They said, we'd like to have an interview with you. Can you do this Friday? Which was only 3 days after I applied. So I took my ass over to New York City. I drove there in my Jeep, and I went for an interview. I only own one suit. I wore the same suit that I wore in 2015. I'm a little bigger now, so it didn't fit quite as well. But you know what? I went in there, got out of my comfort zone, and I nailed it. They contacted me 3 days, 4 days later, and they said, we want to give you a job. They made it very clear in the interview that there's going to be no design work. It's all just looking at computer systems, complex algorithms, and graphs to make sure everything's fine. It's more like a maintenance thing, and they were going to have me go out and look at the New York City sewers, which is not a great job. It really is one of the worst jobs out there because it is very dangerous, and you can get sick, you can die, and it's just not a good job. But that being said, what I did was I went back to my current employer, and I was very transparent with the New York City Department of Environmental Protection. I said, I need to talk to my boss. If you guys are offering me a job position, I will need to talk to him to make sure that everything's good, and potentially if he can counter. So that's what I did. I scheduled a meeting. The guys in New York City needed a response from me within 2 days, so I had to schedule a quick meeting. I had the meeting with myself, my boss, my brother, and his boss, because my brother was a driver for me on our crew. And long story short, they were able to match and go beyond what I was expecting of the New York City DEP. So I stayed with the company, and basically the deal is I stay as an inspector for the last bit of the inspection work, which we're almost done, and then I can move into design, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted growth. I wanted to learn design, and I actually wasn't going to get that in New York City. So the way I played that went very well. I'm very, very satisfied with where I'm at, and that is what my job is looking like. So it's going well, which is amazing, because for a long time, I'm talking like 4 years, it was not going well. I wasn't having a good life, as we were, as I would call it. But things are looking pretty good, and you know, yeah, I really don't want this video to go on for too long. I just kind of want to give you guys an update as to what I've been up to. I know I've made a couple of what I'm up to videos, but this one actually kind of explains what's going on. Not just I purchased a Jeep or I purchased a bicycle. It is getting colder outside, so I have put off the bicycle stuff for a little bit, but I'm definitely going to go back into that as soon as it warms up and as soon as it starts becoming light out, before I get out of work, or after I get out of work. So that is a good thing. I don't want this video to go too long. Hope you guys enjoyed. If nothing else, then I hope your day is blessed, and even if you're just watching the end of this video, I hope you have a great day, and we could talk more later. I might make another video and post it a little bit later, to talk about more of the stuff that that's going on in my life, and some of the plans that I have. But yeah, just let me know, and I'll do that. But until next time, have a good one, guys. Peace.